Check this out. I just built this financial dashboard using n8n and Casa. And what it does is it tracks my expenses and income all in one place. So it reads data from this Google Sheet right here. So all my transactions are read from my email. So it downloads the invoice, stores them in a Google Drive folder, stores the amount, stores the description and all that. Now I have access to this on my dashboard. So I can see my total income, I can see my total expenses, I can see my net profit, transactions. There's even a bar chart. I've got a graph of my income versus expense over time. And here I've got access to my recent transactions. And here's the best part. I can even view the invoices. So if I click view invoice, I have access to the PDF invoice. And I also have access to the category summary. So I can see how much sales I made in the past month. I can also see the total expense categories. So it looks like I've spent $14.97 on software and subscriptions in the previous month. And the best part is all of this is done automatically from this n8n workflow. Hey, if you're new here, I'm Alex, and I run Luxera. We build custom solutions for businesses just like this that help them save time and cut costs. So if you want one for your business, hit the link in the description. You'll have access to all these resources in my free school community. I'm going to leave a link in the description. Once you're in the school community, you're going to click this community, the community tab, and then you're going to go to the YouTube resources section. You're going to find all these resources there. If you've been watching my videos, I had posted a video where I built an n8n accounting agent. And basically what this agent was doing is it was monitoring your emails to see if you've received any transaction-based email, and then it was classifying it as either an expense or an income. And by the way, I'm going to leave a link to the video in the description, or it's going to pop up somewhere on top of the video player. Okay, so if you look at the Google Sheets, it was logging data into, you'd realize we've got the transactions table, we've got the chart of accounts table, we've got the contacts table, and we've got the dashboard. Now this was the dashboard that we had. It doesn't look appealing, but what if we could take this to the next level? And that's exactly what I'm going to be doing today. So stay tuned. Now, to bring this whole thing to life, so what if we could build our own web app? And I'm going to be vibe coding it, and I'll be using Casa. So for those who are unfamiliar with Casa, Casa is a vibe coding IDE. So we basically can build apps using prompts. So to download this, you're going to have to go to this to their website. So it's casa.com, and this is the pricing plan. So you get a free 2-week trial once you sign up. So you're going to download it for your device. So you're going to click, so you're going to download for Windows if you've got a Windows and all these other operating systems. And once you're done with the 2 weeks trial, you can now start on the $20 a month plan. And you see, we get extended limits on agent, unlimited tab completions, all this. To be honest, Casa is one of the best. It's one of the best AI coding IDs out there. I'm not gonna get into the nitty-gritties on how to download Casa, but I think there's a lot of videos that are gonna teach you how to do this. And once you download it, yeah, it's gonna take you to this home screen, and you're gonna click Open New Project, and you're going to create a new folder. So we're going to select Documents, we're going to select Casa Projects, and then we are going to create a new folder. So we'll right click, select New Folder, then give it a proper name. So we might call it Finance Dashboard. Then we're going to select the folder, and it's going to take you to this page, and this is the Casa's layout. So on the left, we've got the code base. So this left window is the code base. The middle is where you'll see the actual code. On the right is where you interact with the AI agents. And if I click this, I'll toggle the terminal. Here we have access to ports, terminal, debug console, output, problems, all this. But we're gonna leave it at the terminal tab. And so here's where we are going to key in our prompt. The whole idea here is to create a dashboard using, so we want to read Google Sheets. So we want to read this Google Sheet. We want to read this Google Sheet right here using webhooks in n8n. So we'll go back to n8n. In the same workflow, we're simply going to add a webhook. So we'll search for a webhook. Yeah, so we've got the test URL and we've got the production URL. We're going to use the production URL because this will be listening the whole time. Now, the problem with using a test URL is you always have to click this listen for a test event for it to like get data. So we'll just use a production URL. And if you're using a production URL, you have to make sure your workflow is activated. Okay, so we've got our webhook. So this is the path. The path is simply this whole stuff up after the last /. So that's the path. Let's give it a relevant name. So so we are reading transactions. So we'll say read transactions table. Oh, and by the way, if you want systems like this built for your business, I'll leave a link in the description. So the HTTP method is get, because you're pulling data from this webhook. Remember, this cursor app, the app we want to build, the dashboard we want to build, will be pulling data from this webhook right here. So the operation is going to be get. If it was sending data, the operation will be post. So we'll stick with get. So actually we need 3 webhooks. For each is going to read each of these 3 sheets. So we need to read the transactions table. So let's go back to n8n. So after the get webhook, we'll add a Google Sheets node. And here the operation is going to be get rows, and select the right credentials. And here we'll need to, what's the name, n8n accounting. So this is the right document. We need to select the right sheet, so the transactions sheet. And next we'll add a respond to webhook node. So it's going to be respond to webhook node, and we're going to respond with all incoming items. And now for the webhook, you'll notice this respond parameter. Instead of responding immediately, we want it to respond using the respond to webhook node. So it's this node that we've just added. So let's save our workflow. Let's add another webhook. So let's search for a webhook. And this will now read this chart of accounts table. So let's rename the path. So read chart of accounts. So we are good with this. Same thing. So get rows. Going to be get rows. Oh, and by the way, if this stuff sounds confusing, make sure to join my new school community. It's a free school community. I'll be teaching you how to vibe code dashboards in this community. So be sure to join. So let's continue. Let's select the right document. So it's n8n accounting agent. The sheet is chart of accounts. Let's add a respond to webhook node. Then we're going to respond with all incoming items. Let's make sure our webhook the respond parameter is using the respond to webhook node. Remember, because we are adding a respond to webhook node, we have to respond with the respond to webhook node. So next we've got we'll add another webhook that's supposed to read the contacts, this contacts sheet. So let's go back to our workflow. So yeah, we can just duplicate this by copying and pasting it and add this. So our webhook should respond using respond to webhook node. We should read the proper sheets. So it's contacts sheet, contact sheets, and here, yeah, responding with all incoming items. So let's save this. Let's copy this. So read contacts. Let's rename this path. So it's going to be read contacts. Nice. So we've got these 3 webhooks now. Let's copy the production URLs. Okay, now we need to prompt this cursor to build the dashboard. Instead of me prompting it, let's do a better approach. Let's go to ChatGPT, tell it to prompt this AI. So let's say, help me prompt an AI coding agent to build a financial dashboard based on my database. So let's say it's supposed to read data from this webhooks. So we're getting the transactions table, chart of accounts, and also reading the contacts. Yeah, I think it's a good idea if we also copy what this is the next we'll copy this is the chart of accounts table. So let's copy the chart of accounts. So if you have a really large database, I think it's a good idea if you just highlight a sample of the data. So we'll just copy a sample of this data, paste it here, and then contacts. Here's the contacts table. Okay, I also wanted to use tell it to use a components library. If you don't know what a components library means, don't worry, I'm gonna explain it later. So it's called Shadsian for the components. Okay, let's hit send. Let's see what it comes up with. I don't like how this ChatGPT has prompted it. Let's use Claude. Let's paste this. Let's hit enter. Let's see. Now this is a better prompt for the AI. What this ChatGPT came up with, I'm not a big fan of this. Let's go with what Claude came up with. Active, yeah, this is good. Let's copy this. Let's paste it into Cursor. So let's paste it into Cursor. Then send this out. Let's see. So let's wait for Cursor to do its magic. So as it's generating the code, I might as well walk you through this, what you're seeing on your screen right now. So you can toggle this code base window by clicking this button right here. You see now it's disappeared once I've clicked on it, and then I click it again, it's going to appear. If you want to hide this terminal window at the bottom, there's this button right here. You just click to toggle it, click, it appears again. And now we can toggle this AI pin. We click, it disappears. We click again, it reappears. So you see what I was saying? On the left, we've got the code base. So if we click one of it, we'll see the actual code. So in this middle pane, you get to see the actual code. Now here we've got the package.json and node modules. Like I said, if this sounds unfamiliar to you or you're getting confused, I'm going to teach all of this in my school community. So make sure to join my school community. It's free to join. So sometimes while it's building, it might get stuck at a terminal session. And what you'll do in this case, you'll just ask if it's done. So just say, are you done? Then send this. And then it's gonna continue building. So it looks like it started building the dashboard. If you look at if you look at what this AI agent is telling us, now it's creating the main app page. Now it's creating the root layout file. Let's see. It's creating a README file. Looks like it's almost done. Let's see. It's building the application. I'm so excited. Let's have a look at it. Yeah, it's given us the URL. So it's running locally on my computer. So let's click Control. Let's click the URL. It's gonna take us to a new page. Hopefully it's gonna run the first time we do this. Most times, the first time we click this link, it's gonna bring up errors. Let's see if this does the same. So we have to go back and forth with this AI with this AI right here to like fix the errors. Okay, I think I've activated this workflow. It should pull data nicely. Let's see. Oh yeah, and also while you're vibe coding, the console is really important. It tells you what's going on in the browser. So even if, so you see, like for example, right now we've run into an error. You'll click Control Shift I, and it's going to pull up the console. Now this is what you're going to copy and feed back to your AI. So you're going to copy this, go back to cursor, then feed this here, hit enter, and it's going to automatically fix the errors for you. And the best part is it tells you where the error occurred and gives you a bit of detail on what caused the error. So it looks like it's done. Let's go ahead and have a look at the dashboard. And this is how it looks. It's not that badly off. Looks nice actually. So it's got the recent transactions. So if you go back to the Google Sheet, if you go to the transactions tab, yeah, we'll see the recent transactions. So payment for, so which one is it? Let's see. Let me bring it closer to the dashboard. Payment for website development. Cloud Scribe AI. Okay, let's see. Cloud Scribe AI. So now it's not pulling the amount. Let's see. Let's go back to n8n. Let's look at the previous runs. And we're gonna fix this step by step. So the very first webhook was the read transactions table. Okay, let's see. Let's go back to to cursor and give it the example. So if you've not seen what I've done is I've opened the respond to webhook node. I've selected the JSON tab and I've copied the data. Now I'm going to paste it back into cursor. So here is the so you see the amount has a space instead of amount. So it's gonna fix the errors. Let's go back to the dashboard. Let's see. So you see it wasn't pulling the amount. So it's gonna fix that. This honestly looks pretty impressive. So it's done making these changes. Let's go back and see the dashboard, and now it's populating the right data. So let's check this. So what was it? Total income is 5,700. Yeah, it's 5,700. Then total expense, yeah, total profit, transactions. So we've got 4 transactions. Yeah, okay. Software and subscriptions, we've got 1497. So software and subscriptions, we've got 1497, which is correct. So it's populating this data accurately. So it looks like everything is running properly. So let's close this. Now we have all this, and we can even, so we have a bar chart. We also have a graph here, and we can also view invoices. See, we can view the invoices. This is pretty cool. Yeah, so remember when I mentioned something to do with components. Now you see this right here is a component, this right here is a component, this right here is a component. So so that's why I was using a components library called shadcyan. So if you look up shadcyan, so this is shadcyan's website, and you see we have access to pre-built components. So for example, here we have this pre-built component right here. We have this pre-built calendar component right here. We have a list of all this. So in your cursor, you have to download the MCP. I'm not going to go through this. So I'll leave a link to a video that shows you how to do this in my free school community. I guess that's it. Like I said, if you want to learn more about vibe coding in Cursor, make sure to join my free school community, the AI Builders Boardroom. I'll be doing live builds in here. And if you also want custom AI solutions for your business, make sure to reach out. So the link for the school community is going to be in the description below. And if you also want to contact me for custom builds like this for your business, I'll also leave a link in the description. Lastly, don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment if you've got a question. See you soon.